Welcome back, Ravens. Lover is back for another video. This time, I will be referencing the article from June's issue of GameInformer. The link will be offered in the description box below. The article states that this game will be a change of pace, environmentally wise, from the typical Soulsborne formula, and that it doesn't seem to entice players to go poking around from its environment design. At first, I thought this was a major cause for concern, but then I realized FromSoft uses other methods to convey its message other than an environment and level design. So in this video, I will discuss the other ways FromSoft can and has delivered its message to the player other than critical sightseeing. And please stick around in this video as we have an ongoing contest happening on this channel that gives one lucky Raven a chance to win a cash prize. So you don't want to miss out on the details about that. So without further ado, let's get started. Towards the last section of the article titled Verdict Day, the guest states that the vast majority of its fan base at this point is most accustomed to its methodological RPG. This game is not that. It's clear from the moment we see it in action that the Armored Core series is not changing to fit what made From popular back in 2009. I find this refreshing to hear that it's going to be an Armored Core game after all the dust settles. Next, the article continues, but the comparison is inevitable and unavoidable. The change in gameplay is jarring after more than half a dozen Soulsborne games. And while there was much to be excited for in what we saw, predictably, the boss fights looking fantastic, though there notably the one area FromSoft says it took Soul's inspiration. There are plenty of areas we're nervous about. Playing any Souls game, even basic encounters with grunt enemies, can be memorable, as can nearly every inch of the world. Of what we've seen of Armored Core, though the world looks great, the area and encounters that aren't boss fights lack that same emotional pull. From an Armored Core fan's perspective, this isn't something new that we haven't experienced before, but I guess from a Soulsborne fan's perspective, this is going to be something that will take getting used to for them. And the last section that I'm going to read states this: inevitably, Armored Core fans and some contingent of Soulsborne fan players will welcome the change of pace. Others might find it a bit dated after a run of revolutionary From games. We feel confident saying that because that's where we're sitting after seeing the game, somewhere in between the middle of excitement and trepidation. This is where I'm going to pick up the conversation. As a longtime Armored Core fan, there has been plenty of times that the level design and details have flown over my head because of many different elements that captivate the player. These elements are storyline, current events, player development, and interactions, and overall circumstance. Once those elements have been fully analyzed and digested, the player might go the extra mile and take notice of the environmental details. The 5th generation often does this, specifically Armored Core Verdict Day. From personal experience, I've flown by the environment designs due to circumstance and character interactions. Another example that is a bit more recent is Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. At the time of its initial release, players were just in awe at how vertical the game's level designs were. Plus, we were given the ability to jump and use a grappling hook. This element encouraged the player to explore the average-looking environment a bit more deeply because of this mechanic. Other than that, the environments of the action is happening are pretty standard scenery. Nothing really to write home about. I believe these guests were too cultured by the influence of Elden Ring and were expecting more of tried and true Souls formula to penetrate the world of Armored Core. which is why they were kind of in the middle on how they felt about the game's direction. As an Armored Core fan, this is similar to hearing energy at 30%. For an Soulsborne fan, I would encourage you to try this series out regardless of this article, and shelf your hesitation as you did for Sekiro's release. So what do you guys think about the article and my assessment? Let me know down in the comment box below. And we are having a first time channel contest going on right now. One lucky raven will be allowed to win a $60 Visa gift card to spend anywhere they like. The contest rules are as follows. You must be a US and or Canada resident, be a subscriber to the channel, and comment on any video on the channel. I will select any random video on the channel to select any random comment from a subscriber. This is my way of celebrating you all and the coming of Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. So don't miss out your chance to win some easy money for this summer. Contest ends at June 30th at 11:59 p.m. Central Time Zone, and an announcement will be made the following day, July the 1st, to announce the winner of the contest. Thank you all for watching and supporting the channel. As always, with your support, we can keep the flames lit. So stay fly, Ravens.